Today's video is brought to you by Grey Viking Games. Click the link in the description below to buy MTG Arena codes for cosmetics, packs, and more. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Jeff, and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic, and today we are going to be playing a Witherbloom Pests deck, because I know you guys are super excited for the Witherbloom set here, and I actually wanted to make something that was a decent pest deck that was going to be easy enough for people to play right away. And so we do have a few rares in here because you want to be playing with the fun stuff as well, but I also tried to make sure that there was as few as possible so that you guys can still play basically free to play version here with maybe some cards that you've gained along the way, because even if you are playing free to play, you should have at least gotten a few cards along the way. So we have Woe Striders, we have some Vetoes, but in the new set we only have a few rares, which is Sedgemoor Witch, which you of course can trim down if you want to for other stuff. We have our Demigod Titan and 2 copies of Valentin. I did bring in 2 copies of Snarl as well, which you can easily replace with a Temple Land. But anyway, those are all of the rares. So let's go and dive into what this deck is wanting to do, because it's super exciting. But before we do, make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys subscribe. Help support the channel. It's greatly appreciated. All right, so Tend the Pest is probably the main card that we're shooting for here. 2 mana, as additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature. Create X 1/1 black and green pest creature tokens with when this creature dies, you gain 1 life, where X is sacrifice creature's power. So whenever this creature dies, you gain 1 life. That's great. Also, you can just make a bunch of pests by sacrificing really big creatures. We have a Demigod Titan, which is 4 mana, 11/11, and so we play this out on turn 4. And then turn 5, we Tend the Pests, get a bunch of creature tokens, and then hopefully we had already set up a little bit of a combo here. We have Woe Striders to be able to create extra tokens for us. We have, Dina, Soul Steeper, which whenever we gain 1 life, each opponent loses 1 life. So anytime that a pest dies, we get to gain 1 life, and then they'll lose 1 life. We also get to just attack in with our pests as well, which is a really good way to go. And so we can attack in with our 11 pests. If any of them die, we gain 1 life, and that's fine. And if any of them don't die, well, then we hit in for a bunch of damage. We sacrifice them afterwards with Woe Strider and gain a bunch of life with Dina. And so it's a turn 5 win combo, basically, is what we're going for. So turn 2 Dina, turn 3 Woe Strider, turn 4 Demigod Titan, turn 5 Tend the Pest, attack in, win the game. Maybe even have the 3 extra mana to play a Veto, which gains us more life, or every time we gain extra life, we also deal damage, so extra copies of Dina. Same type of thing with Bastion and Remembrance. Anytime that our creature dies, we gain 1 life and deal damage to opponents. So we have 8 copies of this part of the combo, 4 copies of Tend the Pest to make sure we can get the Demigod Titans, and then just a bunch of other ways to be making pests. So let's dive into the rest of those here. So first off, we also have other big creatures, so we don't just have Demigod Titan. We have a full play set of this one because it's the uncommon version. If you guys want, I think that Demigod Titan is the better one just because it is better with Tend the Pest. But I wanted to keep the rare count a little bit lower here. So 4 mana, 7/6. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature. Whenever you sacrifice it, each opponent discards a card, you draw a card, and you gain 2 life. It's anytime the 8 gets sacrificed. So if we sacrifice it to Tend the Pest, not only are we getting the 7 pests out of it, which is still a ton of pests that should win within 2 turns or so anyway. It's really, really powerful. But we also force them to discard a card at instant speed, by the way. We can draw a card, and we gain 2 life. And so really fantastic card here in general. Just anytime that we sacrifice it to either Woe Strider, Tend the Pest, or Plumb the Forbidden, which is another part of the combo here, we can get a lot of value. So Plumb the Forbidden. 2 mana, as additional cost to cast a spell, you may sacrifice 1 or more creatures. When you do, copy the spell for each creature sacrificed this way. So we have the ability to sacrifice all our stuff. We don't just have to have Woe Strider. On turn 5, we can cast Tend the Pest, or whatever, Tend the Pest, and then also Plumb the Forbidden, sacrifice everything, and draw 11 cards. We lose 11 life, but we also gain 11 life by sacrificing pests anyway, so we're fine. And so we can draw 11 cards and suddenly completely refill our hand, be in great shape, find our combo pieces that we need. And it's only 2 mana to draw 11 cards, so really sweet stuff there. We also have Sedgemoor Witch, which works great with Plumb the Forbidden. 3 mana, 3/2 menace, ward to pay through. So ward to pay through life. So if someone targets this, they have to pay through life to be able to target this. So it's a pretty protected card. Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, you create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with gain 1 life. So we do have a few instant sorcery spells. We have Bloodchief's Thirst. We have Heartless Act. That's our only removal spells. That's probably one of the biggest issues with this deck, is we do probably need a few more removal spells in general. But with Tend the Pest and Plumb the Forbidden, whenever we cast those with Sedgemoor Witch, we get to do some pretty crazy shenanigans. Plumb the Forbidden Forbidden creates a bunch of copies of it, which Magecraft triggers with the copies as well. And so we sacrifice 11 to draw 11 cards, and we get 11 of them back. It's so fun. It's awesome. It's good stuff. All right, so Sedgemoor Witch just is busted with this card. It goes off with the combo. And so basically what we need to do is make sure we need to find a Dina, a Thorn to the Veto, or Veto, Thorn to the Dusk Rose, Bastion of Remembrance to win the game and go off. We're excited to see how this actually works out. We also have Valentine, last card here, Dina the Vein, 1 mana, 1/1 with Menace and Lifelink. If a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, I can exile instead. If you do, you can pay 2 life to create a pest, which is nice. Also Lisette, which is really great in the ends late game if we already have a bunch of pests. 4 mana whenever we gain life. So if one pest dies, we can pay 1 mana and put a counter onto all of our creatures. They all get trample. So if we have a bunch of pests, this can just get really busted, really crazy, really fast. The biggest issue with this deck is that I wanted to make sure we had enough pieces for all the combo, that I feel like it was hard to fit in enough pieces for everything else. And so I think this is a deck that can definitely be fine-tuned. You can find your own version of it, but we're going to try this one out right now. I'll talk about what we should change or everything as we go through, but let's go and jump to the gameplay right now, see how it does for us, and wish me luck. Here we go. Up against Katagani, and we have Woestrider and Plunder Forbidden, which is pretty nice to be able to sacrifice the goat to draw cards. So we're going to go and keep this. On the play, I think this is a pretty decent hand. Snarl, show off the Swampity Swamp. I'm not ultimately a huge fan of the Snarls, but there are some good things about them. Plunder Forbidden is not fantastic right here. You know, actually, we don't have to sacrifice stuff. We can just cast it to draw an extra card and lose 1 life. I'm going to do that. I need more cards right here. So this is actually, yeah, that's great. I mean, there's been a lot of different creatures for 2 mana just to draw a card throughout the ages, and it's good stuff. Okay, learn. I'm not sure if you have to reveal it. You do have to reveal it. All right, just looking for lands there. Sounds good. Whenever it dies, you also learn. So this is just a learn deck. Sounds good. Not too scared of that. Throw this out on green, play Woestrider, and pass the turn. So right now I'm playing in free play because people are actually playing Strixhaven decks in free play. I was playing in ranked for a little bit in Diamond, and everyone there typically just has like the 1 or 2 decks that they've built up and everything like that. A lot of people tend to be free to play players or something where they don't have a million decks. They're not going to spend $200 to $300 like someone does getting a bunch of Strixhaven cards. Who does that? And so that's why I'm playing in free play right now, just because it takes a little bit of time for everyone to build up new Strixhaven decks, and I want to be playing up against the new stuff. All right, pass my turn. All right, so we did hit a land, so we don't need to draw a bunch of cards right now. Let's actually just go for the Titan. It's a big boy. Hit for 3. We have some creatures to sacrifice with Woestriders. Double Woestrider to make sure we hit in for 11 here. Good stuff. We can also Bloodchief's Thirst to make sure they don't have a blocker. This is pretty exciting, actually. Hunt for Specimens. Creates another blocker. That is annoying. All right, so now we need to find a Tend the Pest. So our best draw, I think, off the top is a land or Tend the Pest itself. Mire Triton. All right, still swings in. Mire Triton a little bit annoying. Pass to my turn. This is where Snarls are really, really not good. Let's see. Am I going to be casting a Plum the Forgotten or not? I want to Bloodchief's Thirst, then Mire Triton first off. That lets us get in for at least the 3 points of damage with Woestrider. If I swing in here, debating how much I need to try to get ahead in this board state right now. Exile creature that you control, so they can exile the Demigod Titan. So it's going to die anyway. Let's go ahead and just swing in, sack here. We're gonna hold up Plumb the Forbidden for the removal spell. Down to 18, back up to 19. I think right now I just want more card draw. Let's go ahead and throw out the Snarl, pass the turn. Creates a token. They use 2 black mana for that? That means they have to have another black source to cast the fumes here. Dude, Plumb the Forbidden is such a good card. This is so good. All right, so they do have the exile effect here. Gonna sacrifice their pest. Actually, I feel like you want to be sacrificing the thing that gets stuff back, right? All right, so Plumb the Forbidden. Sacrifice 1. Sacrifice here. So we got rid of one of their creatures for this. We get to draw 2 cards, take 2 points of damage down to 14. Still okay. Take 1 down to 13, and now I feel like we're in great shape. All right, so Dina. Will Strider number 2. Swing in. This is only whenever we gain life, we get to gain, the opponent loses life. This is not just creatures dying. So we need to start finding pests. Okay, this creates 2 pests. This is a really interesting... I'm still trying to figure out what they're trying to do here. Okay, they do have Bone Crusher Giants. All right, they start having some life link going on now. And no blocks. Intriguing. How many cards do we have in the graveyard? We actually can bring back a Woe Strider pretty soon. I need 5 mana, so I need to hit a land with this. I also have to take care of my life total a little bit here. I could just draw 2 cards, try to find another piece of the combo, and try to build the board state a little bit better. Let's say no attacks. Let's go... Here's the question. Should I be trying to draw more cards? I think in general you want to draw more cards, right? So play out another Woe Strider. I can Plumb the Forbidden, sacrifice these ones. If I hit a land off of 4 draws, I can play out another Dina. That's 4 damage to my face, though. I think it's better to do it now than not. So 1, 2, 3. That's a lot of Dinas. Okay, there we go. And pass the turn. All right, just trying to draw through and find our combo. We kind of found it now. We have Tend the Pests, Demagogue. All right, Tybalt. We can stop him from exiling our stuff to an extent. Found a Heartless Act. Okay, pass to my turn. Another Tend the Pest. Okay, Woe Eater. Let's see, they're gonna fire off the Heartless Act. Okay, sacrifice here. They have to discard a card. We gain 2 life. We draw a card. So good. There's so much value in this. Do I get a land here? I have not played a land yet. Another Tend the Pests, which is great against the Heartless Act. All right, so now, let's see. Actually, what do I do with these? I think I need to send damage at face. They block one Woe Strider, they block another Woe Strider, they exile the other Woe Strider, right? So we end up losing our Woe Striders, which is not exactly what we're looking for. And I'd actually like to be able to attack it with these pests. So let's just pass the turn here. We're in really great shape. As long as we keep one Woe Strider and a Dina in the board, then we're good. We tend to pest whatever Woe Strider they try to kill here, which is my guess of what's going to happen. So 10 the pest, create 3 more tokens. Now we have 10 points of damage and 10 life to gain. Poet's Quill. Intriguing. Learn. Mascot Exhibition. They're 1 land away from it. So we have the game next turn at the moment. Even with their life gain, that's fine. We can even return the Woe Strider from the graveyard here, so. Alright, pass to my turn. Bastion of Remembrance. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay, I'll attack. Hold back Dina. We don't have to, but just in case, you know. We have 5 mana, so we can bring back a Woe Strider as well. Okay, hit for 10. They get to gain 4 life. This is still worthwhile. Yeah, it's fine. That is their best time to do it. We get to play another Dina, and that's just fine. So we end up losing a little bit of damage here when they gain life. So we lose out on 3 points of damage here. Oh, no. All right, down to 11. Let's gain a little bit of life. Let's do a little bit of damage to face. Play Dina number a million. And start sacrificing some pests. Yes. We also gain a life with Bastion of Remembrance. Oh, I forgot about that. That's so good. Yeah. So we deal 1, 2. So yeah, so 3 points of damage just for sacrificing 1 pest. That is so good. Okay, that's really busted. All right, up against Zigzag, playing a Lurrus deck. If this is a... If this is... Okay, not a Rogue's deck. I'm saying if it's a Rogue's deck, we're immediately out of here because I'm not sticking around for that. Lands are a little bit awkward here. Do I want to get up Valentine? This would be better as a green source, and I can grab a swamp right now. So let's go ahead and do that. Pass the turn. Yeah, we're gonna try this out. All right, down to 19, up to 21. Sacrifice this, grab a swamp so we can play out Classel Lochthwain whenever we need to. The other side of this, the Lizette, is so good that it's kind of hard to not want to wait for that side of it. But we do need a presence on board, and so let's go ahead and throw this out there. Looks like they have a Village Rites. Hopefully not into Call the Death Dweller. That'd be bad stuff. We'll go ahead and throw this out on Castle Lochthwain for now. Don't need to show them that we have green sources just yet. We don't need to hold them up just yet. There's more instant speed black sources at 1 mana that are relevant. All right. Yep, it dies. Either way, we're getting stuff out of the board here, or out of their hand. No Malakir or What's it called? Guys, I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I can't even think right. All right, Woe Strider, we really want this to stay alive here. Pass the turn. Otherwise, we get to Woe Eater into Tend the Pest, which is great stuff. No blocks. Down to 16. They haven't gone for Village Rites yet. Surprising. Okay, pass to my turn. I mean, 11 pests is what we're going for. Demagogue Woe Eater can be better in some instances, but if they're playing deadweights and things like that, we kind of have, you know, something that's a little bit too big for them. So it's fine. Down to 21. Pass the turn. They didn't have a Village Rites again. Their hand is really interesting to me. I'm not sure what's going on right now. There's a deadweight. I'm just using Tend the Pest here. Like, I'm not blocking, right? So I think I am going to go ahead and scry now. We need to try to find other pieces of the combo. Not a land. All right, we can bring that back for... What is it? How many cards do I need in the graveyard? 4 other cards in the graveyard. No blocks. We can't block unless we sacrifice itself. That's how that works. Heartless Act, yes. Okay. Absolutely. That's annoying. Okay, pass the turn. Let's see if Lurrus swings in. Yes. All right. Tend the Pests. There's 11 dudes. Do they have removal? We want Lurrus to die no matter what. It's just like, you know what? Let's just make sure that happens, okay? Okay, sounds great. All right, up against Siege. And on the play, Veto into Demagogue into Tend the Pest. Is that good enough? I certainly hope so, because we're keeping. Alrighty then. Field Passage, pass the turn. I mean, that's the issue with kind of like, this is more of a combo deck than just straight up value or interaction, anything like that, where it's like, we're trying to combo off, but that also means that we tend to have some issues. I should be playing the life gain stuff. We deal damage and we gain life, right? I should totally be playing that. Well, we drew the 4th land. Now all we need is interaction. That's easy enough to get, right? We're fine. Vine Gecko. Veto. Kick your spells cost 1 less to cast. Honestly, I probably ought to Heartless Act this and play hold on to Veto till later. Yeah, I should have done that. Should have had done that. Just because this does get a little bit out of hand with the kicker deck. Into the rail. All right. Got a card out of their hand. It's all fine. Another bounce spell here would be annoying, but I think that's the worst that can happen. So we have a 7/6. I mean, this is still a 4-mana 7/6. Let's not forget that this actually just gets to attack in without sacrificing stuff. This is a fantastic card. This is so good. I just, you know, turn 4, we'll hit for a bunch and a half. Yeah, into the rail, they get the counter, they get to do stuff. Now we can't Heartless Act. I should have just Heartless Acted. I'm getting too greedy and such. Snarl comes in. All right, well, let's see if they have 4 of those. All right, we're sacrificing this anyway, so that's fine. Divine Gecko is getting big. That's the only annoying part here. Wait, what does it say? This is kept. Oh, wait. I'm missing some of this. At the beginning of your upkeep, you have to sacrifice a creature. Right. Forgot about that part. Okay, Sedgemoor Witch. Veto. Pass the turn. Getting multiple of these out is so good. They have missed a lot of land drops, though. Roost of Drakes, okay. That's fine. They have a 5/5. No blocks. We can start having blockers soon. The Drake is getting a little bit terrifying, though. All right, Sedgemoor Witch. Tend the Pest on anything? No, we're just gonna Heartless Act. This. All right. Now it's our time to shine. Down to 17. Next time we get to gain life with the veto and swing in. Hold up 10 the Pests. Target card with the kicker ability from the graveyard to hand. All right, so they have the Into the World back to hand. So 10 the Pests creates 3 pests for us here. Woe Strider. Woe Strider's good. The Drakes are the only thing that we have to worry about now. We do have lots of ways to gain life. Do I want to swing it with these guys? I don't think so. Pass the turn. Into the World doesn't bother us too much, other than that we have to start taking care of, or being a little bit worried about these Drakes. Because we have another veto, so they don't actually get to draw a card. How does it? Dude, I want to see it into a row. It does fizzle, so they don't draw a card. So we are going to go ahead and actually sacrifice. Sorry, my bad. Sacrifice veto here. Create a few more pests. Because we have another one, this means they don't get to draw a card. Okay, down to 6. Pass to my turn. Demigog. Let's go ahead and draw a card now. That's a few pests. All right, so if we could not die next turn, veto wins us the game. We swing in. No attacks. We attack in next turn. Pass the turn. With the veto. Oops. Okay, we're fine. Pass to my turn. Okay, we have veto, but not quite enough to pump him or give him lifelink as well. But we do have enough to play this guy as well. All attack, hold back. You know what? I don't need to hold these guys back anymore. I just need to hold back Strider. Yes. It's so good. All right, so they can have Into the Roil in response to stuff, but it doesn't do anything. Yeah, we don't really care about those guys now. We care about them going down to 3 and then sacrificing these guys. With Strider gaining life with Veto, dealing the damage to the bottom. Sure, whatever. Doesn't really matter now. Let's just keep sacrificing. Yes. Let's use Thirst. Yes. Thanks. Game. Yeah. All right, I like this deck. It's a good one. It's a good deck. All right, up against Leica Laska. Interesting hand. These are just card draw for us, so we're gonna keep this. We can hold up Heartless Axe, draw cards when we need to. Yeah, I'm okay with more of those. Glimpse the Cosmos. We're up against a Giants deck. Sounds good. All right, so we definitely need to find lands past the turn. So we'll probably end up drawing here. Invasion of Giants. Okay. It is indeed Giants. So Bastard of Remembrance is actually huge here for us. All that counts as a land. Pass the turn. Heartless Act. Hold up Heartless Act and Plumb the Forgotten again. Forbidden. Skew me. Reveals a giant. I don't think I care to kill this just yet. I think I'd rather draw into more combo. We only need one of these guys for the combo to kind of work with Strider. So whenever a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls deals excess damage, if a giant wizard or spell you control did damage this way, draw a card. What's this? They're gonna cast something cheaper. All right, let's just go Bastion of Remembrance. They may end up getting lots of card draw by doing excess damage to our stuff, and so removing this could be nice because it could stop more card draw. We're gonna say no blocks here, though. Don't want them to have card draw. And our life total, in general, this deck we're not in trouble too often. I can play out a Demigod Titan and be in decent shape here. Squash. Okay, they get to draw some cards. We get to gain some life. We get to play a Woe Eater, which ends up sacrificing itself in the upkeep. It doesn't seem as appealing. I can play Demigod Titan now, then Woe Strider, attacking for 11. Woe Strider and Bloodchief's Thirst, maybe, or maybe a Heartless Act if I hit a land. And I mean, hitting for 11 is still not bad. Otherwise, Woe Strider and nothing else. Yeah, let's try for a little bit more risky play here. This is the other side of this deck. We just have big, beefy dudes to hit in with. Saw it coming. All right, well. Not working there, but we have another one for next time. Come on, land. Give me a land. So we know that they have the board wipe that deals a bunch of damage to our creatures. And that's the thing that I'm the most scared of. So we're just going to do this again. We can still take the 3 points of damage. It's getting a little bit more frightening. But right now, it's still okay. Kind of. We're good. We're just fine. All right, so they can deal 4 points of damage to our Demigod Titan. They're just going for the Scry 3 and to be able to draw stuff, right? All right, so land is nice there. We get to play... Actually, let's see here. We get to play Sedgemoor Witch and Heartless Act. Wolf Strider can come back, and so I'm gonna go and play the Wolf Strider here. I guess we let them block, right? They might just have another one of these guys, though. Let's hit for 11. Why don't we? All right, has a negate. That's fine. We got a negate out of the hand. Do you want to take 11? What? Oh man, I am shocked and appalled. Who saw that coming? All right, downside here is let's see. Actually, we have Demigod Wool Eater to play out and sacrifice as well. Stompy boy. Okay, that's fine. Gain a life. They lose a life. Let's see here. Just Wolf Strider from the graveyard. Do it again. Demagogue is pretty nice. Sedgemoor Witch, we don't actually have like a good spell to cast with it. The Plum Forbidden could be nice. And then attack in, but I'd rather find removal here. That is card draw though. Let's just go Wolf Strider. Counterspell would be really bad. Okay, attacking for 11. All right, well, we can stop them from having another Bone Crusher Giant. Land off the top. No attacks, that's fine. Pass the turn. All right, so they can cast big, expensive spells, get some stuff. Another Battle of Frost and Fire is annoying here. Kills our Wolf Strider. Yeah, how do you deal with this? This is so awesome. That's a way that you could do it. Nice. That's impressive. All right, well, let's go ahead and sacrifice it. Scry off the top. Man, are we wanting Lance? Is this what I already had on top? This lets us cast Bloodchief's Thirst is the biggest thing I'm thinking about here. To be able to get through the Bone Crusher Giant, which could be nice. Doesn't let us cast it with anything though, really. So I think I'm looking for another Heartless Sack, which we don't have that many of. Attend the Pest would be nice, even to sacrifice with the Wolf Strider with the Sedgemoor Witches. All right, we got to land anyway, so that's fine. We want to avoid the Battle of Frost and Fire. I could just hit in for 5 here. Bloodchief's Thirst, hit for 5. Hold up Plunder Forbidden. I can sacrifice if they have any kind of removal. Draw 2 more cards. Be in great shape. I mean, I don't think there's a better play than that here, right? I mean, that's a pretty decent play. We do take 2 here. That's fine. But we're bringing them down to 10. We have a chance to draw 2 cards here, potentially. Pass the turn. We're also filling our graveyard so we can bring back Wolf Strider if it ever dies, you know? So, sweet stuff. All right, there we go. Sacrifice 1. Yep, sacrifice that one. Draw 2 cards. Gain 1 life. Only lose 1 life here. Down to 12. Yeah, dude, I like this deck. It's good stuff. It really is. Great. This is the biggest card we're kind of been afraid of, and so having less of those is nice for us. Let's go... Man, if they have another one of these, it's real bad stuff for us. Let's play Wolf Strider and Eater. Now we can at least sacrifice it, force him to discard if we need to. Pass the turn, and we get to draw cards. Then we can bring out Dina and start doing a little bit more damage. Yeah, Bastion Remembrance with Dina is so good. I think I actually don't even care about Veto. Maybe you don't play Veto, you just play Bastion Remembrances, because like honestly, more of these would be so nice right now. Okay, passing my turn. We have sacrificed something on the upkeep, sacrifice here. Let's go to combat. I mean, we have lethal on board, so they have to have some sort of a response here. Nothing? All right, there we go. How about that? Dude, this deck is fun. This deck is really fun. All right, guys, this deck is busted. It's so good. I didn't even think about Bastion Remembrance gaining the life to be able to do extra damage, which does work as well with Veto. And so I don't think that you take out the Veto for this. I think that it's just that we probably want to be adding in 1 or 2 more Bastions of Remembrance because it just works so well with Dina and Veto. And it's busted. It's awesome. It's really good. Tend the Pest was great. Plumb the Forbidden was great. The biggest thing that we're missing on is a little bit more removal, which I said from the beginning. I'm not sure if you take out Valentine and Lizette for that. Maybe bring it down to 1 of, because I think you want to play it for the Lizette side, because that can be so busted as well, because you just have a wide board. You can sacrifice with Witch Rider. It's another win con for sure. Having these guys, you have to have enough of them that you can sacrifice or Tend the Pest to make it worthwhile. And so I don't think you trim down here. I don't know how to trim this down to be a little bit more consistent, but we do need more removal to make this even better of a deck. At the same time, though, we went 4-0 in free play up against decks that weren't quite as fine, you know, didn't have as many rares, whatever, weren't up to date as much. But overall, the deck is super fun, super powerful, and I had a blast playing this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Let me know down in the comments below the things that you guys think that we need to switch with this deck to make it a little bit better. Sedgemoor Witches, I'm not sure if you want a full, like even 3 or a play set of, but at the same time, though, when we had 2 of them out in the battlefield, it was busted. It was great stuff. You know, like we made a lot of pests that way. Getting up to Dina's, all the crazy stuff is just super, super fun. The nice thing about Bastion Remembrance is that it sticks on the battlefield better than Dina or Veto. And so I'm thinking that I do want a full playset of these, even if it means trimming down 1 Dina or 1 Veto. And maybe it's like 3, 3, and 4 or 3 as well. And so you have 9 options. You know, you find 1 of them. I don't know, guys. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.